Okay. Hello, guys. Thank God for Friday, and here we are. A little bit late, but we're organizing. Today we have a guest, so it was impromptu, and that's why we were waiting for him to join us. I'm sorry, and uh, he's here. Maybe Jesse will be coming and introducing him to us, and before then, allow me to retweet and and post this live stream. Yeah, just a minute. I was just introducing you. Okay, you can say hi to the guys. And Jesse, I hope you're there.
Hey, how do you?
Well, hey there, Mosh. You can just say hi to the guys. I wanted
Hey
Jesse
guys.
to introduce you, but since you've already
Okay,
spoken,
okay, okay,
uh,
okay.
just say hi to the guys and
Thank you,
give
thank
them
you,
a
thank you. Hey guys,
bit of your
yeah,
background.
hope mko poa mnaendelea vizuri. On this side tuko na GC still trading kidogo kidogo. This week actually toka last week nimekuwa nikiangana na gold. Kuna wase wana manage funds mahali. So my job is to do analysis and to send them analysis and my ideas, trading ideas. Also pia na mimi na manage kidogo kidogo funds. So kutoka last week mnaona screen ya
Yeah, we can see, we can see. Anyway,
good.
before we just jump into the screen, just a little bit.
Okay.
Jesse is just there.
Yeah.
Tell Jesse to come through kindly.
Uh, Niaje Walter?
Just say hi to the guys and introduce the show. Hey, say hi to people.
Okay, it's another day. We are live back again. I think yesterday Walter was alone, but at least here we're here to keep him company. So good afternoon everyone, and hope your trading week has been nice. I just shared my trading week on Twitter. Community is taken up on my own page. I think I am up around 4.2%, but that is due to go higher because I just closed in another trade. I think I am up at already 5.7 something if I'm not wrong. So today we are grateful that we have a guest on studio. This Mox. He'll tell you guys more about himself, also what he's looking at and how his trading journey has been, share his story and all that, and share to us what he's looking at in terms of markets. I'm aware that he's a large gold trader, and gold traders. I think we have overpowered all that. We are two now on the studio. And but lucky for us, we have Mosh here, and hoping that he'll be a regular on our stream. So Mosh, feel welcome. And this is TTKE community. It's a hashtag with the TTKE. Uh, yeah, thank you, and feel free to share anything that you might have today. What is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I just want
Don't know
to
why
take.
you want to hide there. Anyway, I think it's because Mosh is here, but I think we'll just pick up. And before Mosh goes on, I'd like to talk about some few things. And what we have seen today, today I've seen a couple of banking stocks announce their interest rates. A couple of earning stocks announcing their earnings. And we will start from earnings because that's what we've named the show, the earning season. So it's The earning season this season has kicked in, and it's picking up steam as from today, and like this week, I think on Wednesday and yesterday we saw PepsiCo announce their earnings, and we saw we also saw Delta announcing their earnings. So for PepsiCo, they had a mixed report, but for Delta, they really had a very bad report. So I think I'll just start from JP Morgan and JP Chase and Morgan. We had a surprise. We had a very good beat, and as you can see, we had an earnings beat. An earnings beat of 4.01%, and a revenue beat definitely for 20 point something percent. So that's one, and I've not checked the rest, but we have WFC, that's Wells Fargo. But all of them actually, the today's one, all of them were announcing before the bell. So we can also see here Wells Fargo had a surprise and earnings beat, both earnings and revenue beat of an earnings beat of 2.9% and a revenue beat of 1.97%. It's funny how people are very ready to sell the stock. I don't know why, but pre-market is trading way below there, and I think it's tactical because what we can see here is that if you don't mind me getting into technicals, we can see the setup is getting completed down here before we see a breakout of the continuational triangle, which actually it's just playing the consolidation before picking up. So what it looks like right now, it looks like this if I have to work with the pre-market prices right now. So that's what it is looking like for Wells Fargo. So we will think about it if we after the open. We'll see how it behaves, and I'll make a decision if I'll be taking an entry on Wells Fargo. But we have a bit, but how the market is reacting, we had a sell off pre-market after the earnings report. So we go on, and the next was Citibank. So Citi had also had earnings being released, and unlike the rest, Citi is up and up there. We can see an earnings surprise and a beat of 9.26% up from the previous 1.5, and yeah. And what we can see right now on revenues, we had a bit of 0.34%, and that's good. And definitely we can see pre-market is up there. So well and good. That's nice for the banking stocks. And what can we see? I can't identify any setup on the Citibank. City Group of I like calling it Citibank, but it's just a continuation of a very bullish setup. So that was me, and I think I'll invite back Jesse to continue and at least smoothen in welcoming Mosh. So Jesse, kindly take over. I just wanted to talk about the earnings report before we continue, because that's what our header is saying. So, Jesse, are you there? What is happening on my end? Yes, I can hear you.
Good. So
Continue.
I missed the question. Okay. Yeah, I just want Moss to tell us something about himself, his journey in this industry. Yeah, and just share a little bit before I move on to what I'm looking at in terms of gold. It's very interesting times. We're going to share that once Moss tells us. something about himself. So, Mosh, if you don't mind.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, finish that. Yeah, so guys, niko na homa kidogo, excuse my voice kidogo. So I've been trading since 2007. Um, came across about trading PLC. So since then, ups and downs of learning how to trade, managing funds here and there, kind of seen it all in this industry. But at least few things that I have picked along the way is patience. If you want to succeed in this biashara, you need to develop a skill in patience, also um, discipline, and usiwe na haraka ya kutengeneza pesa like pole pole, because I've seen people come with a speed in this data, and then the speed they retain it ndio wanatoka nayo bado kwa biashara. So for me, I specialize with gold. Okay. I also do currencies, that is pound yen and pound USD. I like those two because I like the volatility. Okay, as much those two pairs they have liquidity, at least volatility helps me to make decisions very fast. So from last week, I've been focusing with this gold, and this this is daily, but I normally start from monthly and weekly because I want to see long term technically. So fundamentally, gold is gaining. That's making me to focus on a daily and a 4 hour, but my entries kwa 1 hour. So today sikunaongea na JC, nikaambia JC, okay, the goal is still on a buying mode, but we are going to wait to watch for prices to this level. So that is 30 2377.67, 2380.93, and 2384.01. Those are my levels that I'm watching. So this is the case. Gold inaweza fika hapo leo ama iko, but before haijafika hapo I can't do nothing. I have to wait for prices to reach that level for me to make a decision for buying. Otherwise, kama si, if gold will not reach this zone, then I will not touch gold. If gold breaks this level, decides to go, then I'll have to wait for gold to retest this zone. For me to continue. First is 2438.35, then 2494.99, then 2509.87. Those are my long-term levels. Hizi inaweza fika hii mwaka ama maybe next year, but whatever the case may be, before the cycle of cutting rates ifike, maybe inaweza fika hapo. But what I know is that at least by this year, at least we should be above $2,500 per ounce, because weekly, if I share my weekly with you, and again, by the way, I use a strategy by a guy called Joe Di Napoli. A, then B, then C. We have this move here. This is a Fibonacci extension, but a modified one. So if I do A here, C, I'm getting this level. 25.73.99 at least on a weekly. So if these prices manage to close a red line again, price will close the mark D on the screen. So then I have an agreement, a confluence. I have an agreement or a prices. You see, I have taken this A, B, C, D. I can be at this level, and then I take it from this level to this level, A, C. Then the prices are converging the same price. So these are my immediate level of resistance for gold. Ikifika hapo, I will breathe kwanza because it has to make another um, to make another move of A, B, C, D. So I will have to wait for gold to break this level, then waiting for retracement to give me A, then B, C to project the next level. But gold is going at least gold is going at least like $1,000 per all long term. Let's look at monthly. If I pick this low, A, then this B the highest point, then C. I want you to watch these levels. So if the Fed decide to start to cutting rates, that will fuel the prices of gold. So on a monthly chart, these are my levels. 25.33, 3,087.58. Those are my now monthly key levels, either between this year and next year, but especially wakati Fed wataanza kukata rates, then to accelerate this moves to the upside. Yes, we don't have a straight trend. At least I know the move. The good thing, I know the levels. I have 525.03. I have 3,087.5 level. So if I will have retracement along the way, I'll be buying those dips on a lower time frame, which is daily and 4 hour. So guys, my long term my long term projection for gold is buy. Every sell for me is a buy. Every sell for me is a buy. Every sell for me is a buy. Up to 23 to $3,000. Ikifika hapo itachana nayo. So for today I was waiting for market to reach this. Bado haijafika. I will have to wait since it's saa kumi, and between saa kumi and 5 jioni, if I don't get my entry today, then even for the guys ambao nawasaidia ku manage funds, I will tell them for Monday. And that is my analysis of gold, guys. Thank you for your time.
Jesse, I think you can take over.
That was Mosh. So I hope you've gained something from what you just outlined. And we'll be having a deeper dive into whatever his antics are in the markets, and diving deeper into how he views the markets, and not just the technicals and what he's just showed us, but a deeper dive into the whole trading atmosphere and how he deals with certain issues such as risk management, how he what his experiences have been, the lows and the highs, and looking up to such a kind of conversation. So maybe we have a few minutes to market open, and I know Walter will be on our next when the market is about to open. So let me just so let me just
Actually, you can just share. You can just share what you have before they open. I can come in. I think
nice.
like 5 to the open. I can look at some.
Okay. All right. Yesterday I pointed this out that I was waiting for that break of 2390. The CPI releases and also the unemployment claim. I guess PPI came in again. Came back to my 2390 area. 2390 area, which is a buy for me. But it was during news, and given all the volatility, I had to wait for that candle to close first. So once that candle closed, that is the news candle on the 1 hour. So the next hour is trying to go back up or bounce back up. So for me, this kind of play is what is showing that we have a lot of strength at 2390. I know Mosh is waiting for around 2380s from 70 particular region here, but mine was this kind of area from 390. And why 2390? I'll just zoom out and maybe go to the daily, which is always the first point of analysis. So on the daily, this is what I'm looking at. So we have this particular resistance point that we've been playing around with for a period now. I think so we've been playing around and forming a resistance at 2390. Which we were discussing also this kind of range, which I really didn't like. But the most important thing about that range is that we held support at 2290 area. The bounces of 2290 for me, fundamentally, looking at all the fundamentals that are in my news bladder, I was convinced that gold is yet to reach the highest level this year, and we might be seeing quite a lot of action to the upside on this commodity. And I guess having met Mosh and is the bullish yellow, then it's good to take your own individual. But it's always good to take your own individual risk. That 2390 again is holding. It was resistance, now it's turning into support, and I'm waiting to see 390 because this is an area where things might really kick off. Also, not forgetting that we have this all-time highs right here at 2434 or so, 2430. So that again is the all-time high. I go by candle close. So I don't go by weeks, although the weeks are quite significant, really matter. But that is what informed of all this resist point. Just in the first bounce off, I'm expecting that we might get some action before finally coming up to 2430s and maybe closing above that to form a new high. So for me, I've not got an entry of 2390 in that was the news candle. I wish it came earlier. If it came earlier, I would have taken obviously a trade on. But since it came during the news candle, I thought on my hands, and now we are kind of bouncing off that support, waiting for more price action about 2390 or so. If it doesn't come to 2390, that is, let me just check. Where I can really go. This is the 2430 area of the resistance that we had yesterday. We had a rejection kind of resistance at 2390, the same kind of rejection. They're telling me that we might anticipate some kind of action in between 2390 and 2430. So for me to go bullish again, given the price action that you're currently seeing, number one, if you come back to 2390 and hold that level, I might be considering going long on gold. And if that does not happen, then I'll be forced to wait for a break of 2430s. Let's see what kind of action it is. 2390 is for me to be really convinced of taking a trade on that. So for now, I'm sitting this one out, letting all the players have their fights, and maybe look for opportunities above 2430 or down below at 23 on gold. I still have 10 more minutes before market open. Taking a quick look, I came back to that level, talking about the 80 level, and then we just get bought back up again towards the 84 target we had last time. So this one, I sat this one out because we didn't really touch the 80 level I was looking for. So maybe all opportunities for me on the buy side will come after we kind of break that former level, which is now current resistance. This is what we're talking about. Current resistance at the 84 level, right here, before making any kind of dipping my toe or taking a position on WTI. So for now, I'm sitting this one up because 84 again will be a major area of interest to see how price reacts at that level. If we indeed sort of break it out, this is what I'll be looking for in the medium term. So play above that will have me looking for this kind of action. I'm waiting for price to come to the 84 level, maybe have a little break of that 84 level, maybe come back to 84, and then immediate targets will, of course, be the 87 level. So that is my outlook on WTI. Because just looking at the general trend of WTI, again, we talk about this demand accelerating in summer. We also have supply cuts by the OPEC countries. So that again is driving all this momentum, all this bullish momentum that we currently see on WTI. So in general, trend is bullish, and also the outlook is bullish. But for now, I'm sitting this one. Of course, I wish I had taken a trade at 81. But like I said, confidence will have been drawn. So we have been drawn by the 80 level, which really didn't come into play. Just bouncing off that 81 level. Missed opportunity perhaps, but maybe we have the chance to have a go at it once we break 84, head into the upside with immediate targets at 87, at the 87 level. So that is it on oil. Looking elsewhere, for it was also silver. We had anticipated such a move coming to blowing that out and creating some kind of all-time high again. So that action is yet to be seen. Right now we are playing around with 30. So that level is also significant because that is where we had previous resistance. We broke it. It's been holding for some time. I think it's been holding since the 8th. So I've been holding this kind of support, and this is the kind of action I really love because this level is turning out is proving to be unbreakable. Right, today we broke it a bit down to 30s, 30, and then we're currently seeing some kind of rejection. So to me, this is around. So if I see this kind of action where we've been playing around with the resistance and support has been holding quite well, then I'm very positive, or I'm quite positive that give us the best prices. This is the kind of action I'll be anticipating that from this support level will become the resistance at 32 levels, and then have some kind of reaction off that, and then maybe we can move on with the general trend, which is bullish. Like I said before, generally what you're seeing is a largely bullish pattern or a largely bullish trend within the commodities market. And when you have this kind of consolidation in between 28 or so towards the 32, 31 level, when we see such kind of consolidation, we usually basically just resolve in the direction of what is the direction of the general market is bullish. Once we for positions, I may be tempted to take one because this support level is holding on quite nicely, but I doubt that will come today. Maybe we close here today If indeed we close above that kind of support level, I'll be taking a trade before the close of day with stops, just below this kind of wicks here at 30s. So that anticipating that a bigger move is yet to come on silver and commodities in general. So yeah, that is my outlook. Walter, what are you planning to buy or sell today? Come market open, which is in less than 8 minutes.
Okay. First, I'd like to. I think it's only fair if I talk about Nasdaq first and how it has been behaving for the longest, and I think since yesterday. So I was looking at Nasdaq on the daily, and I spotted something very interesting. So after Nasdaq breaking this high, I want to show you the high. Uh, just a minute. After breaking this high, you see this high. The last time price was the last time price was doing what it's doing right now, retracing to this point, and giving back some gains. After it beat this high, what we can see, it formed something called an imbalance, the FVG. What you guys, I think SMC and ICT guys talk about all the time, and highlighted it as that. I think it was not tested back then, and what you can see right now, it's that price just tested it, not filled it at all. It just tested it and then it just spring up. So not that I trade ICT, but I know imbalances are respected, and from our end, from my end, and we call them the major and the minor SR, support and resistance zone. So as you can see in the previous hour, it was just tested and then springed back up, and the price is now looking to go to buy. So what was interesting about this, I was just talking to Jesse in the morning, and we had to have an online meeting kidogo, and I was telling him this move which happened in a day yesterday. The last time it was happening, the exact height of the move from here to here, it took 4 days, and yesterday price just sold off, and I was explaining to him that when open interest is it's too low and it is lying on one side. Let's say at this point it was only everybody was a buyer, and it only makes sense if you are. Yeah, for the guys who are doing footprint charts, it's only fair to. It's the best decision to be selling on at those highs. So that's why price sold off quickly, and it took the stairs up and elevator down. So what I can expect, as I told you guys yesterday, if we find a support, I expect price to consolidate, and this is a consolidation I'm expecting, and yes, that's what I'm expecting, something close to that. So I'm still very long on the market, the entire stock market. So next, I think I'll just go over what I have on my portfolio right now, and I have JP Morgan definitely, and what is happening on JP is that we had this triangle as I had called this triangle yesterday, and this is a setup I wanted to use to take a good gold, a good JP Morgan buy, but it's the market is yet to open. It's opening in 3 minutes, so it seems like point D is up for grabs, because right now we can see price action trading way below our current point D. So it will be still in the in between our triangle. So we'll just wait for that, and yeah, and we'll make a buy once it breaks that counter trend line. But as for now, we can do nothing. It's pre-market. We don't know where price will open at, and we don't know if it will flash or just moon. So next, I have BlackRock, and I think I've been talking about BlackRock for the better part of the month. Actually, daily. I don't think I I don't I don't think I go a day without talking about BlackRock, and BlackRock is doing wonders. My best stock so far this month, and as you can see, pre-market it's trading way high and high. I think I've just posted this before we came here, so I'm still expecting a higher and higher PA to continue, price to print the highs of the day, high and high and high. So I think it's one of my best trades. I do a 1:12 very few times. So I think I'll talk about Tesla. Tesla is doing the same, and better yet, we can see it on the daily. And what is happening? It's just a classical break and retest, and we can expect Tesla to come retest the counter trend line, and then we expect it to buy back up. And it flashed the same way the rest of the stock market was flashing. So uh, I decided, because it started flashing after our stream yesterday, I decided to hold my positions. So my positions are still the same. Yes, I'm running red on my second entry. Price is just above. Price closed just above my first entry. But if it touches the counter trend line, I'll be adding. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the conviction I have for Tesla. So I'd like to talk about Meta, not really Meta, but the rest of the Mag sevens. And first things first, I think this is what is happening. This will be invalidated. If you remember the higher time frame setup for Meta, and it will be invalidated exactly at the open, and that's what is happening right now. We saw price open up down here, but what remains constant is that price action on all of them, on all the Mag sevens, is price was consolidating and it just went down. And what I expect a consolidation to ensue, and this is how I expect the market to look like. And normal. You know my way, the way I see my consolidations, the same way I do my things. So that's expected, and we have to talk about the rest. And Google the same way. I think Meta's just opened lower, and a little bit lower than the rest of the Mag 7. So I still expect very bullish price action today, and on Google, and as well. Uh, as you can see, Apple the same. So I'm still expecting that from Apple, a consolidation so that we can buy out after the breakout. The same, I think, on Softy doing the same. Amazon the same. At least Amazon, it is not as wiki, because yesterday it was a very good sell-off. And yes, Nvidia is my favorite actually. I've been patient enough. I think close to a month being patient since price started. I think since price started the selling off. I think the last month I didn't play Nvidia apart from, I think, the first week, but we can see now price consolidating the way I had said it will be consolidating, the way I was expecting it. So price is consolidating down here. We can see this, and we can see this. So we don't know if this is our last point or it will be going lower, but we already have a counter trend line, and that's the most important. That's the most important. It's the most important. What do I call it? The most important thing for, actually the most important tool for any continuation pattern, for where we find our breakouts from. So I think I'll call back Jesse. Jesse, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm just listening to your analysis.
So let me just talk about this before I give the mic back to you, because
Market is open by the
definitely I
way.
want to see. The market is open. That's why I want to talk about JP Morgan before I continue. So price just went below our points B, and instead of using that triangle, I think we'll just have to dismiss the triangle because it's no longer a triangle. And price looks like this, and this is how price is consolidating, and it's consolidating to somewhat of a flaggish. So we'll just wait and see how market will continue reacting towards the end of this hour, so that we can make a call on what we expect. And like last time, like last quarter, what we saw a bit in earnings for JP Morgan, and we saw the market and the investors selling off the stock, and yeah, that's what is happening right now. So I want to give Jesse so that I can go adjust a few things on my portfolio. Jesse.
Yep. So this is it, yeah. I'm really convinced about this silver support. So much so that I'm considering taking a buy on it. I just taking a small chunk of a trade on it, which was below 30. Let me just read that off. 29.889. Again, consider your broker when looking at stops. My broker is offering that level as a very good area to put your stop. So I have a small chunk of position on silver. It stops at 20. So should be offering quite different. Some amount of also mine is just below here, around have that for the sake of clarity. So I had entered the position right here, and it stops right here below this kind of lows. Now, my immediate target is, of course, the local resistance at 31.95. But taking a very extended look on it, so I'm expecting risk to reward maybe 1 to 4 right there. So that will be my general trade. But of course, me being me, I will have to manage that position once we get to that critical resistance point. That means taking partials and then moving stops, maybe into profit or maybe to break even. But for this case, I'll be moving my stops into profit, given that the levels that we have to contend with when that time comes. So for now, I'm very small position on silver. Let this run and see what comes of it. Again, the conviction is always this kind of support. This support level is holding out quite nicely. It was resistance at some point, and then turned it into support. We broke out of it. It was resistance because we were looking at it from this kind of action that on June 20th. That kind of top there was off the 29 support, and that was acting as resistance. We broke out of it, came back, formed support here. Again, we've been playing with that support for quite a while. Yesterday came close to resistance, and then again today we are seeing this kind of action at support level, meaning that this kind of area is a very strong buying zone. So for me, that I am convinced that we are heading for the skies on silver, and hopefully this kind of plays out. If it doesn't, we have our risk management in place. And risk management just enables you to plan the trades for another day, survive that day, survive the loss, and come back looking for more opportunities as time goes by. So looking elsewhere, markets just opened. You remember that I have a very long position on Reddit, so I just like to look at it today, see where we'll be playing. You remember that we talked about this level, the high that we had made at 74.92. Again, guess what? We came back to that level. Now we're rejecting it somewhat, but now finding some kind of support area around this previous high of 70. 70 flat. So I'm looking at this again as another continuation to the upside for Redis. Again, this is our long-term portfolio. It's not on the it's not on the account that I'm trading hold on, but it is on the long-term portfolio. And yeah, if we are continue to hold this 70 flat position, then I'm expecting that this is just a reaction to the highs that we have seen on IPO at 75, just reacting off that, and then maybe playing around for some kind of support before we eventually resolve in the direction of the trend, which is also bullish. So again, good thing that we had this on our portfolio. Again, you remember that this is the first time I was trying out a stock on IPO, and it has worked magic for us so far. So again, yeah, positives on that, taking all the positives from that, and maybe participating in more IPOs when time comes. Looking at AMD, we had this. I remember that yesterday we said that once we broke, for those of you who follow this, you know that I love the break and retest kind of play. And this is exactly what I'm getting on AMD. So AMD for me, we had this resistance. Again, it's turned into support. And now we are bouncing off that kind of support. So this is time for me. This is an indication for me that I need to enter. Yesterday we had a small position on AMD. So today I might go for another one, just to you know play that break and retest kind of play. And we are yet to break this 183, which is currently serving as our local resistance. So maybe take a chunk of, take a small position right now on the retest of support, and before taking the larger position once we are clear and through the 184 level. Once we clear that 184 level, then conviction will be to the upside. For chip names, again, chip names, we are bound to carry the order when it comes to the NASDAQ and the stock market for that matter. So targets for me will be at 213, 214 for that matter, that region. So again, a small chunk of operation again, because we are retesting support, and support is still holding. So again, convincingly, and therefore I might be tempted to take another position on AMD, but I'll go to the lower time frames for that. So again, that is another one on my watch list. And yeah, small position again, because right now, if I'm looking at the lower time frames of open, selling on open, but convincingly rejecting this kind of support. So on the lower time frame, which is on 15, we're yet to close the first 15. So I'm waiting for that to close. And if I see signs of strength of this support, then I'll be taking a trade with, of course, stops being below the support region. Most probably here at 174. So stops are at 174, which all other stops are, by the way. The one I put yesterday, the stops are at just below 174. And then the one I'm taking today, of course, again, stops below 174, because I'm anticipating that this kind of support, the one in gray, will continue to hold for this name. And as long as the chip names continue to go higher, then I'm expecting that AMD will be one of those stocks that will be going much higher. Looking elsewhere, and the chip names again, we have Micron. Again, we have this support level that we say that we're going to be playing around with. Same thing for all chip names. This kind of support is holding on market open. We are up about a percentage up on Micron technology. It was up here at 132. It was around 1.5% up, but now it's retraced back and finding that kind of strength of support. So maybe this is something else that we continue to see. And the immediate target is, will of course, be 136. Manage positions at that price, and then hold the rest for the long term, or for the grain of the long term outlook on chip names and all that. So for now, again, this kind of play continues to hold, where we're having the break. Now the retest, and after they go higher and higher on Micron technology. Looking at the favorite chip name, which is NVIDIA. Yesterday I said that it was too high for me, or the day before I said it was too high at 135. Right now it's coming back to this kind of support formed at 126. Now the question is, do we hold 126, or do we go even lower towards 122, where I'll be more convinced of a trade? Now for me, this trade will come in this zone. This zone is where I'm considering taking buys on NVIDIA. So right now, open the money. We opened right now. We're currently playing with a half a percentage up on Nvidia. Now, if we see any more downside to it, then I'll be waiting for this stock at this kind of level between 126 towards maybe 120s. If we are lucky enough, we might get it at 120s because that is a bit of a stretch. But for now, looking for what will happen at 126 once we get to 126. If at all today we are going to be seeing red of the name, if we get to 126, just watch out to see what happens there. Are we going to convincingly be supported by this kind of support here, or are we going to break down and come back to 120 or 123s for that matter? So again, that is very interesting to see what price has in store for us today. Generally, on the Nasdaq, I've not taken a Nasdaq trade in a while. I've not taken a Nasdaq trade in a while. I don't know whether that is the case. Maybe because gold has been offering me better levels, and I was also waiting for the much anticipated pullback on the Nasdaq. And guess what? Yesterday we had such a pullback. I think went into detail on this kind of pullback that we saw here. So we had this kind of pullback, and maybe if we will not be getting 19,000 on the Nasdaq, then I'm expecting that this slight level here that we have here on the Nasdaq currently is at 20,125. It's holding out quite nicely, so maybe that is a sign of things that maybe the market does not want to anymore. It wants to go off at 21, maybe get to the upside. But if it does not hold that this current support level, then I'll be waiting for Nasdaq right down below at 90,900 or so. Remember, it is not a specific price; it is always a region. So when you see me mentioning a certain price, it is a region and not a specific price. So that is it for the Nasdaq. The outlook is still bullish because we're still in a bullish momentum, or the momentum is to the upside since we went from 16,990, and I'm expecting that this kind of motion towards the upside is going to continue, especially in this kind of environment where the rumors of a rate cut are well within our reach. Looking at the CME tool, the last time I looked at it was around 80% confidence level of a rate cut in September, and therefore with all that happening, it means the environment is very positive for stocks and the market and the index for that matter. So if at all we are going to be continuing such a kind of bullish momentum, then these are the levels I'm looking at, because the lower trend line is right there at either the 2166 or the 19938. But generally the level between 2021 and 19,900 or so is the level that I'll be looking for buys on the Nasdaq. If at all I'll not be tied up, or my capital will not be tied up in the commodities, that is silver and gold. So maybe considering a buy at these levels, because we finally got that pullback that we've been waiting for. And I was very hesitant on taking buys on the Nasdaq based on the fact that we have not had a very healthy pullback yet. And now we saw that yesterday, so maybe it's time for me to consider buys on the Nasdaq. So yeah, that is it. That is what I'm looking at. Looking at the oil names, oil names such as Exxon. Exxon again, we saw this kind of action where we say that we are going to be playing around with the top trend line, or the counter trend line as Walter calls it, right there. And we kind of saw that. So right now we're just playing around. We're just playing around within this kind of bearish channel. And if at all you're going to be breaking out of that channel, then I'll be convinced to take another buy on energy names, given that oil, like I just analyzed, is on an uptrend right now. And same goes for Exxon, which has been an uptrend since when this when was this? This was 17th June. Yeah. So kind of W action. If I can just map this out, we came here, touched the lower trend line, came up, touched the counter trend line. Right now we retraced a bit, but now we're trying to come and maybe challenge this counter trend line and see where we move on from there. So again, what I need to be looking at is the energy name that is Exxon. Looking at another energy name that is Oxy. I think I removed Oxy from my watch list. I don't know why that happened. Maybe I grew frustrated of the name or something. Yeah, so yeah, here it is, Oxy. So Oxy again, same thing for oil names. we broke out of that consolidation that we saw last time we were looking at this name. But another trend line again, suffices right here, there. So we are playing around, played with it, and then right now we are kind of trying to push up, come and challenge it again. So for oil names, they all follow oil, and oil is going to be in demand during the summer. Then I'm expecting that these names, both of them, will come and challenge this counter trend line and maybe head upwards if the trend or the prices of oil continue to the upside. So maybe that is also something to be looking out for. So let Walter take on some more, show us some more of what he's looking at before I pose a question to our guest today in regards to risk management and what will you tell to any beginner trader who's just getting to the markets, what they can expect in this market just after what that takes us to. Nice. Walter?
Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, it's there. It's up. So actually, it's an announcement and a very good one. I've just taken the retest of the daily setup on Tesla. So I just bought in some more down there. So I'm very excited, very deep into profits. So that's what I've been looking at, and I don't want to, when the market is it's almost uncertain, and this is what I call uncertainty when we are doing ranging. Where when we are in the range, I don't look to be adding more positions. I like when the entire market, like when Nasdaq is moving towards one side aggressively, and after Nasdaq breaks out, that's when I like making more orders. So what you can find very interesting right now is that the rest of the market is consolidating also. So we don't have very many opportunities. So but what is standing out is Apple right now. And Apple, I talked about the aggression Apple has over I think in the past, I think this month Apple has been very momentous and very aggressive. And what we saw after the slam yesterday, actually it didn't slam as like the rest, because I think it only tanked 2.32%. So what is happening right now is that price is now consolidating and moving up, and you remember the type of consolidation I expect from here. So we're still in structure. That's what I can say, and nothing more to talk about that. But I've just seen something very aggressive that has happened, and kindly let me take you back to Tesla. And as you can see, Tesla is crazy going up, so it kind of needed that retest, and thank God for holding and adding another position. So it means that I know my portfolio went down with it, but it's now coming back up with it. So anyway, I can go to, I think I had talked about Meta, I talked about Google, Softy, Amazon. Amazon is still doing that mambo jumbo. It is, I think I've just come to learn that Amazon is a very wiki and a slow stock if you're not holding it for the long term. If you're expecting to play Amazon in the short term, let's say the intermediate swings and the short-term swings, I think you can be very disappointed. But right now, it's not doing anything. It's just ranging down here, and I'm still expecting more up and upward action. So there's always something to see when we talk about Nvidia, and Nvidia is like wants to still remain with the. It doesn't want to go down more than that, and what you can see right now, it's something what I like calling a cup and handle. because it's not a. This is actually this is not a triangle. I know it wants to look like a triangle, but it's not. So if you can see something close to this towards breakout, you can expect a very good counter trend, a very good cup and handle continuation, but it's still early to call it because the point D is not yet in. By point D, I don't think this here, if I have to point out to point it out, A, B, C, and this point, it's not a fixed point right now. It can always go lower. We don't know about that, so we'll just wait and see. And hey, if it decides to break out from there, well and good. If it decides to go lower, well and good. So it's a wait and see game. But what is interesting right now, apart from Tesla, it's Tesla, nothing else. It's just Tesla. So exciting to see consolidations on LAM also. So LAM, after yesterday it flashed off, took me out, and I think I was taken out right about there. So uh, what is happening right now? It has just started consolidating again, and consolidation makes me very excited, definitely, because it means we expect more. We expect more and more opportunities in the future. So before going lower and talking about any other trade, Nasdaq is playing is actually behaving the way I was expecting it to, because a consolidation doesn't mean only going down. It means ranging at a particular zone, and this is a zone. We have our top zone here. We have our bottom here. So I'm still. It means that the imbalance on the daily is holding this up, and it is holding very well. So this is nice to see, and I think we will be seeing more green on the other in the rest of the stock market. But something weird is happening, and what we know as JP Morgan is flashing after a very good print. So I noticed this last. I think I talked about this yesterday, and I said it is not once when we see price beat earnings and then it flashes. So if I can take you back to last time we had earnings, the same thing happened, and this was as you can see here, this was April 12th. So let me go to the 4 hour. It might be looking better. So this is the gap down. This is what happened. Let me eclipse it. So this is the candle I'm talking about. This one. This is the candle I'm talking about. Price went up, then down, as you can see here. So it is not the first time, and what remains the same is that we had a beat in earnings, we had a beat in revenue. So I think I'll do some digging and see why this is happening. Is it because of the rate cut stocks? And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So going forward, I think we can see what the rest of the banking state, the banking names are behaving, and what is identical, what is very obvious. We can see, if you remember this consolidation we were talking about in the past 2 weeks, on Goldman Sachs, this continuation went to fruition yesterday, and then immediately testing that our TP point where we could have been taking our TP. Price immediately rejected that high and started consolidating. So I don't want to call myself a prophet, but price just obeyed whatever I was expecting, and hey, who can't be excited after that something like that happens on your end? So what we can see price still consolidating on the lower time frame. So I think it is better seen on the 15 minutes time frame. But if we after that earnings beat on the other market, I mean, after that earnings beat on JPM, and then the banking stocks are flashing, we can see a flash across the board. So even if GS, Goldman Sachs, opened higher, we can see it giving back something. So it means it has affected the rest of the industry, because we can also see Bank of America is also flashing down. And if we have to check on the rest, you can see what Wells Fargo is doing, and definitely it opened with a gap down, and it is also flashing. We can also see what Citibank is doing, and it's flashing as well. So it's like a sector thing, and I think we have just confirmed it's something. It is something which is affecting the entire sector. So I want to talk about Netflix, and it's like Netflix has just pivot, and finding a pivot means we will be having a consolidation on the 4 hour. As you can see, that's where we can see that consolidation coming to action, and it's exciting. Any consolidation means only one thing, and one thing only. It means that we can expect an opportunity to be coming along in the future. So here we have a trade which we saw yesterday, and we have booking and holdings. I know it was affected by the flash yesterday, but what is very clear right now is that price wants to go up and up. It has just broken the what I call the counter trend line of the pattern inside the pattern. If you're not keen, naweza wachanganya niweke ukweli kidogo, uongo kidogo, nichanganye. Anyway, this is what is very evident right now. I think it qualifies to have a good triangle right now. Yes, the triangle qualifies instead of what we were seeing close to a cup and handle, and this is what we're looking at right now. And we can see price breaking the pattern inside that pattern, and we can expect price to be going, if this is on the 15 minutes, we can expect price going up and up. And let me just check where this price should be going. But what I'm sure and what I'm certain of, if it breaks, it will break the other patterns breakout point, and welcome the higher time frame setup. So that's what we expect, and I am very tempted to take this opportunity. But as I have said before, because Nasdaq is not playing ball right now, still in consolidation, anything can happen, and I will gladly pass this and look at what Hilton is trying to say to us. And looking at Hilton, you remember this setup, broke out, came back in very deep in. So if you had to take any setup, I'm just saying if, because we didn't take it, and I remember me regretting. But if you were taking a 1:2, it means we could have been in the same trade, and going forward and forward. So if you have to take advantage of Hilton right now, we can just expect a consolidation on the 15 minutes time frame, and take advantage of that, take a re-entry, because that consolidation was a bit deep. And if not that, we can see a consolidation after the breakout here, and which somewhat looks like a flag. And if you are interested in taking that trade, you can take that counter trend line trade and keep going with it, because it has just broken that counter, and you can fly with it. But for me, it's a pass, because I like smooth price action and Nasdaq, definitely. So if you have to check on the health of anything, you just have to check on the health of Nasdaq, and the consolidation continues, and it's up and up there. A very good the past 1 hour after the open. You can see price is trying to go up. We can see some sellers trying to question buyers. What are you trying to tell us? But we still expect price to go higher and higher, and give us a very good consolidation to give us a very good entry. So without talking about the entire watch list, I'd like to hear from Jesse and our guests. So back to you, Jesse. Jesse?
Yeah, thank you, Walter. I think that was good. Seen a bit of stock action, and Nasdaq is reacting off a very good level, by the way. If I can just point that out, very good level on the Nasdaq. Same to gold, but the reaction came off the news, so we didn't really have much on that. But today we are privileged to be hosting Mosh. For those of you who are not there during the start of the stream, and he's talked us through what he's looking at in terms of gold, showed us his targets for the long term and the medium term. So just like to take it down a notch, and just get very beginner friendly, because most of our listeners and watchers are beginner traders, and you will get to hear firsthand from how his trading experience has been, and what his general trading environment, or what you should expect in the industry. So much I'll just like to pose a question. Assume that I'm learning about trading for the first time, that is forex or any asset that I will be trading. What will be your 2 cents on what the industry is, and also if you can just highlight the key highlights that you've had during the trading journey, so that you can also share with the rest of the audience.
Okay. Assuming maybe I'm beginning from today on how to trade the money markets. Number one, you should understand your personality first. If you're a risk taker or not a risk taker, because if you're a risk taker, if you like to take high risking, then you should have a strategy based on that. Okay, because again, if you're a higher risk taker, you cannot go for long term trade. See? So first you identify your personality in terms of trading, either you're a risk taker or not. Okay, if I'm a risk taker, I will go for, if I like risk environment in terms of trading, I will go for gold, silver, and oil in Nasdaq 100, Nasdaq 30. Again, my strategy in those areas should be I'm not going to hold long-term trades. It's a quick trade, okay? Then my stop loss or my risk management is not more than 2-3% per position. The other thing is misuse of leverage, because so many people are coming in into trading and they don't understand the concept of leverage. Okay, so you see, the fact that broker is offering you 1 to 1,000 leverage doesn't mean, like, now if you put $100, now you have this we have so much power to control a bigger position, but your capital is small. So remember, when you open a position with $100 account with a leverage of $1,000, and then you open like a 0.10 position on gold or in Nasdaq, when that trade starts to go negative, it will go minus 1 pip, it's $1. And we know gold a move of 100 points, it's a quick of 50. So if you have 100 and you're using a leverage of $1,000, what happens when you open a position, your position tend to take a very small margin from your account. Wewe unaona kama balance yako iko juu. So when the market turns against you, so for me, when you're opening an account, please don't take these higher leverages. Like take small. Secondly, identify pairs. Don't trade everything. I like what Water is doing. Okay, there's so many stocks outside there. The New York Stock Exchange, but Ultra, he has identified a few one, okay, and he have a history. If you listen to Ultra, this is somebody who have a history of specific stocks that he follows. Earnings, missing earning, gaining earnings, or whatever the case may be. At least he has a specific product that he's trading. So for a beginner, don't try and trade everything. Just pick two or three pairs. Okay, for example, another thing that people don't understand, margin requirement per position, it varies with different pairs. Okay, the margin requirement per position with gold is very high comparing with pound USD. The margin requirement per position for pound USD is comparing with pound yen, pound New Zealand is very high. So when the margin requirement per position for silver is very high than gold. So you see, those are two small issues that we come in and bado hatujaelewa, because the only thing we understand very fast is pips and support and everything. But those two small things. The other thing is when you're trading, you need to understand the product that you are choosing to trade in terms of margin requirement per position and the connection with margin level, because sometimes mtu anafungua position without understanding the margin requirement per position based on the which pair you are trading and the margin level. And then you realize when this trade goes against you, yes, inaenda pips kidogo, lakini inaremusha margin level yako, and that's how you end up with the margin call. So for me, first and understand your trading personality, understand your risk levels. Okay, so again, identify two or three pairs. Also, at least in your what do you call, in your mastermind group, try to have people like JC, people like Alta. These are people with experience. They can assist. The other thing, trading is it can no end in land. Trading you have to every time you have a book here and there. Like for example, there's some things I don't know. There's some things I know you don't. You see, so but when we meet and share idea here and there, because nimeshaikuwa na these moments whereby you meet somebody for the first time, and you share about the market, the experiences with him or her, and he says something and bad goes on in your head. You're like, oh wow, and you see that one idea can shift everything in your career. So it's a good business, but at least you need mentorship, and also you need to also to know what you're doing, because this is a real business anyway, like any other business. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mosh. A few things that I've picked up from what you just told us. Number one, you might have heard almost near the end that this is a business, first of all. So take it with all the seriousness that it deserves. It is a business after all. Number two, you've also emphasized on the sense of community, where you look for mentorship or mentors on your trading journey. And this is quite important because as much as you might sit down and learn trading on your own, you need someone to guide you or to offer you some guidance on how the journey or how the business goes about, so that you don't make the same mistakes that these mentors made on their own personal journeys. And number three, I heard you talk about choosing or understanding, first of all, the psychology. Are you a risk taker? Are you a risk averse or some sort of that? If you are high risk kind of trader or you have that high risk kind of mentality, then go for the high volatility assets in the market, the gold that you're talking about, the silvers, the Nasdaq, those guys, those assets are quite volatile. And if you are willing to take the kind of risks that these assets offer, then you might as well just go for the risky assets. If not, then consider going for less risky or approaches or less risky, kind of assets. And number four, I also heard you talk about how beginner traders should focus on just a few assets, if not one or two, but don't take it exceedingly. Maybe exceedingly for me would be 5 assets as a beginner. So for me, I'd just like to mention something on the same sort, because I started this journey trading gold. Gold was my first asset, and I kind of trading gold for around 6 months. Any other player without looking at any other assets, just purely gold. And that is how I began my journey. And then I expanded my once I got a foothold in the industry, I expanded my reach, and that's why I got into stocks and all that on account of my strategy not kind of failing on gold, and found my footing and proceeded on from that kind of area. So those are the key points that I took from your conversation, and I hope anyone who's a beginner trader on here kind of has that. Talking of communities, let me just, for housekeeping, the hashtag running on the string down there is hashtag TTKE. On Twitter, you have a community that you can come and see how different players and how different traders are taking their trades, analyzing the markets and all that. It is at Top Traders Kenya. It is right there on the scroll, probably at the bottom of the screen. So just go to the community. We'll be organizing some kind of community meetups here and there, so that we can meet physically and share ideas and all that. I had Mosh talk about the idea of just getting different ideas from different people, and maybe you don't know how much impact those ideas can have on the trading career. And number two, we had such a kind of meetup sometime, I think it was a month or so before. And me and Walter picked up something that has been quite instrumental. I've added that to my list of filters when I'm looking for trading opportunities. And it has helped me quite a lot as I have moved on. So, the sense of community, again, no need for emphasis, but it's quite crucial to your trading journey. So before we move on, kindly, Walter, just take on the screen is Reddit. You know what happened to Reddit today? I was expecting this thing to push off this kind of support, and exactly what happened. Reddit is up 5.2%, a whopping 5.2%. I don't think, since we IPO'd, we have had such moves, especially off 66 level, and especially off also the 62 level. But quite momentous to see that Reddit still wants to push up, still wants to make new highs. Right now we play with resistance, which is again all-time resistance, given that this is a new name to the Nasdaq or to the New York Stock Exchange. And this is the first time we got to these levels was during the IPO. And now we're coming back to that level, that 74 level. So very nice to see that this name wants to make a name for itself and move even higher and higher. And me, my cousins, and my aunties are very proud and happy that this name just wants to see green and more green. So looking elsewhere, the Nasdaq is also around playing around 0.7% up today. The upside, coming in off that kind of local support at 20,181, which is welcome in my books, because which is also expected, given that we have an environment which supports a green Nasdaq or green equities, and for that matter, we might be looking to see higher prices on the Nasdaq. But for me, necessarily, we have yet to find buys, because number one, we didn't want to buy off the 20,150, because to me that is quite a weak kind of support level. But with the kind of sell-off, so yesterday this is anticipated that maybe some people might be willing to take this name up today. But significantly also, we are now playing around with the local resistance, which is at around 2340. This is what we are rejecting. So maybe we see if that level that resistance will hold, or we might be tanking down to maybe come and test this kind of lower trend line here, so that we can keep pushing up on the Nasdaq. But for now, it is up and well up at 0.65%. So again, quite significant on the day. Another name that is, And Walter, I'm guessing Walter is very happy. His heart is bouncing to them. It's because Tesla is just came off that testing that kind
Uh-huh.
of trend line. I think I posted this tape sometime before. So if you look at it on the daily, it's a very significant level. Like I said, the last time we had a moonshot to 230, it went up beyond my reach. So I was anticipating for a pullback to this kind of position at 227 or so, 226. We got that today. 233 is all we got today. And since then, Tesla has been pushing. It is up 2%, over 2% on the day, and still pushing and pushing up. So I think Walter is quite happy with that position. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get, I was not so quick on my fingers to buy off that 232. Maybe I was expecting Tesla to give me lower prices if I could get on the bullish train. But we live to trade another day, and maybe I'll be looking for more opportunities once we come to the 262 level, which is pretty effective, and maybe push up off that level. So for now, again, Tesla for me is a buy, and I don't know much about targets, because the target will be at 296 or 300 level. So that will be the target. So maybe the earlier I get this buy, the better for me, given that the margin towards the target of 300 is well within reach from this level. But again, we are playing in new territory. We've been bearish also. Right now, we came and broke that kind of bearish sentiment on Tesla. Right now, we are now looking quite bullish, convincingly bullish. So maybe we'll get another opportunity to jump on Tesla. Let me just scout the lower time frame to see if anything is abound. And looking at that, I see the opportunity right here, because this is the first. This is the kind of action I like playing off. This kind of consolidation, where right now we are playing, we just injected this kind of resistance point on 15 minutes at 248. Maybe we see some kind of action there before final break that. If we are breaking that, for me, I like this kind of playground where there's not much noise on the left hand side for me on Tesla, and therefore, if at all we are going to be breaking this kind of 248 region, which we are currently not doing, I might be looking for an intraday trade on Tesla, given that you're already up over 2% on the day. But given the recent move we have seen lately, then Tesla for might coming up and testing this high that we have formed, this recent high of 271. So maybe opportunities are abound once we play around this kind of local resistance of the lower time frame, and maybe taking it higher once we take that. So for intradays, I'm looking for a break of 248. If we get that break of 248, then I'll have my stops below today's low at 233. Also coincides with this counter trend line, or the trend line that we broke out of, and maybe have my stops below there for a long term chase of that 300 level. So for the targets, we'll be at 300. Guess what? We're now coming to try and break the high of the day right there at 247. Maybe I'll be looking to take some buys. That's like given the overall outlook is a very bullish Tesla. So back to me.
Okay, back to me. Definitely, I'm very excited to see Tesla going up and up. And I want to talk. I want first to talk about something Jesse has just talked about, and I want to show Jesse. Don't go far. Look at my screen first, and I want to talk about Reddit. And yesterday we talked about Reddit without you. So I want to talk about it again and show you what I am seeing on my end. So this is Reddit, the consolidation after the IPO back in March. So it was March 21st. So this is a consolidation. We had a breakout. This is the type of breakout I'm talking about. You, as I know, it's a little bit the support and resistance. So this is the counter trend line which broke out sometimes last week, and we had a classical retest. So what you are experiencing right now, what is making you very happy, extremely happy. Anyway, it's the buy of the retest, and as you can see, price is really buying aggressively. And if we have to be very safe, and we expect price to be trading above the latest high. So if not, what should we expect? We should expect something close to a consolidation here. Gives anybody who wants to have another entry or another go at it, or people who missed the opportunity to buy at the breakout point or at the latest point to have another buy, if given the opportunity to have that counter trend line. So Jesse, umesikia? Haya, we continue.
Loud and clear.
Umesikia? So I want also to go to, what was I to talk about again? I was to talk about Tesla, and definitely flaunt some Tesla on your faces. So we had a retest, a classical break and retest. So we saw that breakout. We saw price coming down, and then we took that retest point on the daily. So now we have 3 trades in Tesla, and as you can see, it is moving steadily up, and the up and the up momentum is coming in, and I hope by the end of the day we'll be trading above all my entries. And right now my portfolio is smiling, courtesy of Tesla and BlackRock. BlackRock is continuously doing the Lord's work, and as you can see, we are up and up there. Only green candles, or for me it's white and black candles, so only white candles for me. And mashallah, this is very nice. We are halfway my opportunity. And are we really halfway? Let us check. Yes, we have just approached halfway the opportunity, and the pressure will continue increasing as it is right now. So I'm very excited. Although those are my only 2 positions. I mean 2 tickers which are on my portfolio right now. I don't want to add any other. If I have to add anything, I think I'm very interested in Apple, but not today. I think come next week. But this I won't be trading on this account. But actually, I'll just trade it on both my accounts. So going down on the hourly, this is what we are looking at right now. We can see price consolidating, and now we are going down, and a little bit down. So I want to take this intraday. If this consolidation comes to my liking, and as it is right now, not yet, but we have somewhat of, we have somewhat of what a counter trend line. If this point qualifies as a point C, and choose to go and look for a pivot down here. So if we see that, definitely I'll be very excited to take a to take a good trade here. And what I like about Mag 7s, except Amazon, is that when we have a breakout, we have a very good breakout, and a very smooth breakout, especially like right now when Apple is very aggressive. I know we can have a very good trade. So buckle up. I'm very excited. What should we look at next? I think, as you can see, the chip names are very bullish today, and not quite that bullish, but we can look at let's look at AMD. Today, what about we start from down? We can look at Intel. So Intel, like the rest, I told you this month or this quarter, Intel has just decided to play around like the rest. And what we have as a laggard this time around is Micron. So the Micron, which is the new darling for our friend here, Jesse, is the laggard for the month, but I hope it breaks out of that consolidation. So what we are looking at right now is Intel consolidating, and it is consolidating aggressively. Let's look at it from the hourly, from the 4 hour. That's the hourly. So we just have point A and B. So we just wait and see if we have a very good point C, but the consolidation continues. So next on we have Micron, and Micron still in our identified consolidation point. So price is still up and down, up and down, up and down inside the same ranging point. So nothing to see. If you can remember, Intel was in a very bad relationship with the ranging come last month, and this month it just decided the second week, no, I'm out of this, and this is what I'm talking about. So Micron find itself in the same fix, and sijui atasaidikaje. Anyway, I will check during my other time, if only we had somebody who is doing our fundamentals for us as we stream. We could have been we could have known what is ailing Micron right now. But what I know, last time after this happened after earnings, the most anticipated was actually the last earnings of the quarter, because it announced last across the board or across the chip names. So we saw after earnings, and the earnings, it was a good beat, everything was up, and then the market just decided to flash. So I can't say much about that. So I'll just go to AMD. AMD, I'm very hopeful for AMD this quarter. Post my TL, and then what we can see right now, we can see AMD. What we saw the last time, we saw AMD breaking this triangle here. Should I keep on doing this? But I know it's necessary for who for the guys maybe who is trying to learn from what I'm doing here. So this is the breakout point, and price went to fruition, and then this is the first consolidation after price went to fruition. And I said I won't take the first, I will not take the first trade after the reversal, because this is the reversal here. This is a reversal here. That's the inverted head and shoulder, and then we had a consolidation which gave us our first continuation, and I'm now very ready to take the continuation setups, because this was the one which was confirming that prices decided to change direction. And why am I taking the second one and not the first one? It is because this head and shoulder was not very symmetrical. If you go back to the lower time frames, if we decided to come here and slap this tool head and shoulder, you can see it was a very weak one, and you'll notice something about about what you call the neckline. It was not symmetrical at all. But what you do, you don't just dismiss because it looks something close to it. What you just do, it's take a mental note, and because price doesn't always happen the textbook way, you just book something in your mind that price has reversed, and after you see another continuation which agrees with an asymmetrical triangle, asymmetrical reversal, which is the head and shoulder, you just want a confirmation, so that if another continuation occurs, you have full conviction, and you can just take the next trade offered by the ticker. So I think I've just talked. It's like I was marketing AMD, but yes, it's marketing for me, because I'm really interested in playing AMD this month. So I'll be waiting for that consolidation to come through. And right now, what I can see somewhat of price rejecting those highs and going down, and I'll be there. We will be there. And what's next? Chip names. We have TSM. Finally, I can trade TSM from the other account. So you can see a consolidation here. I talked about this yesterday. We saw price getting very aggressive, and instead of giving us a good breakout, we can see price now. Price just went above our point A, and I like working with patterns. But what we can see here, we can see somewhat of a resistance zone and a support zone, which is not giving us anything as per the moment. But what I know somebody like Jesse could have done, if it breaks this and price decides to retest the same zone, he could be very in the game. But where I disagree with Jesse is, where are you going? Okay, anyway, that's for me, because where are we buying? We are buying most of these setups, and most of these stocks are playing around in the blue sky. These are the blue sky setups where we don't have the we don't everything on the left is clear. We don't have anything on the left. We don't have liquidity zones, and we cannot just shoot to the moon. So I use my patterns to try and that help me see where I should expect price to be going. So we do hot and cold, and I like throwing that. And also, this guy calls me on my trend lines, and I accept. So it is a very good tete-a-tete, and as well as it is something very good, because you at least respect each and every other each strategy, because we cannot all trade the same. We don't have the same foundations and the same fundamentals, and even though even though we share the same price against time price chart, we have very different ways of interpreting the charts. So it is something very good, and it's something very healthy. That's why we are here, and we are two, not one person. If I was here and I was dictating, you have to trade classicals, it is something else. So we make this as fast. We brought another one last time, and he trades totally different. And I will be bringing another guest hopefully next week, and he will be trading something very different. And that's the way to learn these things. So we just like our guest has just said today, you first dig deep in and look at yourself and say,
Walter? Walter, are you there? So apologies, power issues around here. So we'll be having the guest from Monday. He'll be with us. So no worries. We'll still be back. And he'll also be back. So for now, it's
okay,
goodbye for me. We'll see
you're
you guys
going?
on Monday. Yeah.
Jose, you're leaving?
Yeah, we are leaving Kidogo.
Okay.
On Monday we'll be back also with the guests.
Okay, we'll talk later then. And hey, ungenipea memo bwana. You guys, you've just already gone and starting the weekend, but it's okay. I'll take over and I'll continue. Cheers, Jose. Thank you for.
So, yes, cheers, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We'll meet here back on Monday.
Okay,
Have a great
cheers. So I'll continue, and let me just talk about SMIC. And SMIC, remember this trade, and this is a consolidation I'm talking about, and I'm still expecting price to break, but the breakout. So I don't want to talk more about that, because I can see another setup inside that setup, which it will be very early to jump on that trade. But I want us to talk about Broadcom, and it is. Before I talk about Broadcom, let's go to Tesla. Pretty and very bullish, and it is going and going and going, taking no prisoners, and it is going. And yeah, beautiful scenes, and my portfolio is buzzing with green and green and green. We are almost making up every L which we took yesterday, and yes, That's exactly what we subscribed for. So as we continue, we will also look at Nasdaq before I go on with the cheap names. And Nasdaq, doing the Lord's work, continues with the consolidation, and this is exactly why you guys should be trading. Okay, stocks. Hey, even if you see a bad day in stocks, tomorrow is another day to make something out of it. So I'm really encouraging you guys, bana. You're missing out a lot if you're not trading stocks. So if you're here and you feel like you want to trade stocks, bana, usijifunge. Don't leash yourself. Continue. So I'm just brushing through there. That's where Tesla. That's where the best trade is. And if I don't check on the other one, BlackRock is still doing well. So we were talking about SMIC, Super Microcomputers, and Qualcomm. I think we've just seen Super Microcomputers, Broadcom, and then now we have Qualcomm. Let's see how Qualcomm is behaving today. And this is how Qualcomm is behaving today. And like I said yesterday, I still think this is very low for Qualcomm for the 4-hour consolidation. Why? Because if it's the 4-hour consolidation, I was expecting to see Qualcomm a bit higher than this point, than where it is right now. So and this is the rest of the trade, how I could have expected it. So point A, point B, point C, point D, and then a breakout on the 4-hour. So what I'm seeing on the lower time frame is like we can see a consolidation in here. So what we can expect a price to range here and then form somewhat of a good pattern and keep going up to at least do something and give us something on the 4-hour time frame. So this is what we're doing right now and what we expect. So I'm not interested in taking any continuation on the lower time frame on Qualcomm, but something to watch. You just watch and see, and very interesting. And if we have to look at anything else, first we can go on and look at how commodities are behaving. And why I've done that, it's because I also want to see what how BTC is behaving. So what will I do right now? I want to see, and Nasdaq is up and up and up. Oh my God, this is very nice. I wish I bought down here, but no worries. So I'll first start with the gold, and this is how gold is behaving. You remember all our eyes are at 2440s. So gold again is consolidating on the 1 hour on the lower time frame. So we just expect some consolidation here, and you know how I expect my consolidations. My consolidations are sideways, contracting, and after contracting, expanding. So it's the same thing. The Dow theory says it's accumulation, accumulation, expansion. The inapoga accumulation, contraction, and expansion. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but we share the same fundamentals because technical analysis. The father of technical analysis is Mr. Dow. So. We continue from there, but we expect a consolidation in here. Then price brings up to 24s, to the 24s, 40s. I hope. So what are we seeing right now? We can see a consolidation. So it's just a staircase up, another staircase up, another staircase up. So next we have to see. We can see something. What silver is trying to. Silver. Oh my God. Silver just capitulated to these lows, but this is normal for silver. Silver is very volatile. At times, silver is very volatile. So, yes, we are still going to the 32s, but you can see silver reached a point yesterday and just decided to sell off, and now it's consolidating back up. So that's silver for you, and that's why I don't like silver at times, because it can really whipsaw you, because if you had pushed your stop loss inside into profits, it could have taken you out and then go on. So that's silver for you, and I won't stick there. I'll just talk about what BTC is trying to do, and Bitcoin is just trying to go up, and out of a very bad, a very huge sell-off, which shook the crypto market, and what you can see right now, it's still struggling to go up and cover ground, but what you can see now is it's green for the day, but trading in between the range of yesterday, trying to beat yesterday's high, and it is just trading inside yesterday's price action, so nothing much to talk about. So I was there just to confirm how BTC is behaving, so that when you go to the stock market, we see how the crypto stocks are behaving. So I'm taking you back to Coinbase, and here is Coinbase, and coin is up for the day, and it's green, and it's green, but just like what BTC is doing on the other side, it is trading inside yesterday's price action. So nothing much to talk about, and it's just a watch and see, and waiting for it. But the setup is set, and it's still the same. We just expect price to come out of that consolidation on the higher time frame, specifically the daily. And if it plays above there, as you can remember, last quarter we were playing Coinbase left, right, and center when it was strong, when the BTC was strong. So instead of trading crypto directly, I prefer trading the companies which allow trading crypto on them. So we'll just go back up, and I think the rest of the time, I think I've just walked you guys through my portfolio, but no, I think we have some remaining ones, but we can always check on the health of our running trades. And there goes Tesla. Tesla is doing good. Still yet to break to trade above my second entry, because we are above my first and the third entry. So we're still looking at this. So next, I think we can talk about Adobe. So interesting. Adobe still ranges down in somewhat of what I can see looks like a channel down. So Adobe is channeling down, but our end goal on Adobe is playing this setup. And this is a very it's a long-term setup on the daily. So I'm just expecting price to go up and break that counter trend line. But that's a long-term trend. That's a long-term idea. So what I can do, I'll just take advantage of any continuation I find down here. But right now, there's nothing. It's null. So allow me to talk about Intuit. Into I'm very interested in Into, because I found somewhere I can trade into comfortably. So as this is what I'll be doing. I'll just wait for that breakout and take that trade. And as you can see, we had that cup and handle I've been talking about on and on and on. And you can see that cup. It's a very huge cup on the weekly. Then we have a consolidation here before breakout. So I'm really expecting price to close down here on this week, and then expect to see some very bullish candles come next week. So I'm even forgetting today's a Friday, and yesterday I was greeting you guys at the open with welcome to this Friday. So that's it for me. Weekends are weekdays, and weekdays are weekends. So so I think we'll just keep on talking about Tesla and Nasdaq and BlackRock, and bow ourselves off towards the close of the session today. So I think we've just talked about everything top down for my watch list, and what I promise you guys next week, and I will have to do an overhaul of this watch list because I found another broker which where I have more tickers, and I think I'll be adding on some. I'll be adding on and relieving some tickers, some laggard tickers like Teva and the Whatnot and the Robin Hoods and the likes. But I'll retain others. So what you can see right now, we can just look at our most hopeful trades from acute setups, and I think I've been talking about Apple the better part of this day, and I'm really hoping to see Apple trading sideways for a while so that it can at least give us an entry idea. So right now I can't do anything. So what I'll do next, I'll just go over the Mag 7s. So allow me to start from the top and see what everything is doing. So I'll start with Nasdaq. Nasdaq is trying to gain back the losses it incurred yesterday, and still at the consolidation, very good consolidation, and I'm liking it. So next we can see BlackRock is trying to make another HOD, high of the day. Exciting because we have a trade on there. So yeah, my portfolio looks nice, very nice, very nice. I have a running 5% up, so that's very nice. So next I want to see what Tesla is doing. Tesla is still yet to break that my final position, but it is still very aggressively going up, and it's only pips away. I think less than $1 away to break that. So I think we'll be going to the weekend very happy with a very green portfolio. So that's something to smile about. So we can talk about Meta. Meta is still trying to cover that gap down which was incurred at the open. So I'm very interested to see how this consolidation will work. But I dismissed what I had said earlier, that we had seen a cup and handle where we saw price since yesterday try to beat that handle. So when we saw price getting down there, I know it just told me that the setup was invalidated, and now we can welcome this consolidation which is ensuing right now. So we can expect price to still go up, definitely not beat that high of that all-time high. We can expect to see price ranging sideways and giving us another entry, and Tesla's just broke 4%, and it's very exciting, very exciting. BlackRock almost a percentage up. So yes, we have just printed another high of the day, and Nasdaq is printing another high of the day, and wow. So apart from Meta, we can see what Google is trying to do. Google is still trying to consolidate, and stuck at that down there. I don't know what is happening, but it's quite slow as compared to the rest of the Mag 7s. So I'm just expecting price just to go up and up, if it's slow or not. But yeah, we can just wait and see how it will behave. Next, we can see Apple is still trying to play a game as the rest. So Apple is trying to mirror the aggressive Nasdaq. So just wait and see. Today I'm not taking any trades because, as I've told you, Nasdaq is consolidating and it's uncharted waters. It's very risky to make trades when you know a consolidation, and a consolidation invites both longs and shorts. So you just wait and see. And I think as from next week, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, or even maybe late Monday, we can see very good consolidations, and I think price will be very ripe to be trading, to make entries. But right now, we just hold whatever we had, and as you can see, we are out of the woods on Tesla. And then what I think I've forgotten to mention this. I don't know why I forgot to mention this, but I'm expecting a consolidation, not just price shooting up on Tesla. And this consolidation will give us a very good entry price. And it will give us a very good enterprise. Why? Because you've had this not for the first time, that price accumulates, and then expands, especially in stocks. So what you can see, we can expect a short squeeze here, and this a squeeze will happen, and then we expect price just to spring up from there. And if you know that about stocks, that's all you need to know about stocks to profit from stocks. So I'm just expecting price to continue accumulating, and then and squeezing itself, so that we can have a very good breakout, and I welcome it. So very exciting, and I just want to go over the mag sevens, and then we call it a day, we call it a week. And thank you so much for you guys to stick with me here, and you can always say hi. And I think I see a chat here. Why am I not seeing anything? Yeah, here is Zach. I think I should host Zach here next week, and and Zach is always teasing me, and Zach is saying hello mentor, ndio kuingia. Anyway, Zach is a very good friend of mine, a very good trader, anajifanya mimi ni mentor wake, and he's a very long trader. He just told us that if we have to do anything, if you want to argue with him about his strategy, you first compare bank accounts, and then we continue talking about strategy. So it tells you all you need to know about Zach. So we continue, and if you have to continue, I'll just talk about, I think I've just talked about Google, I've talked about Apple, I can just talk about Softy, Amazon, and then finalize with Nvidia, then we call it a week. So this is Softy as well. It's just stuck down there, but what we just expect, we expect the same. We expect to see some consolidation, and some consolidation upwards, because yesterday we were selling off. So this is a consolidation. We expect to see price going up and then going down, consolidating, just go sideways, and then give us a very good counter trend line, and then spring off, right? So next, I think we can see what Amazon is doing. Amazon still doing the same, but I love Amazon because of the wicks. So it means indecision. A lot of guys are undecided, because whenever we reach to the top, we saw our CEO in Amazon, the bald guy. The bald guy always takes profit whenever we hit another all-time high. So Mr. Bald Guy, kindly unshackle us from your endless taking profits whenever we hit another all-time high. So we can't fault him. It's his money. So again, we see Nasdaq doing the same. It's consolidating, and it's up and up for the day. We can see it has just printed another all-time high, and things we love to see. And I just expect a consolidation, and not yet. Yes, I know I talked about a cup and handle, but I think that handle will be characterized by a very good triangle, or some continuation. Why? Because I'm expecting Nasdaq to be consolidating, and finding a pivot on top, and then coming back down, and to find a very good to give us a very cool point D. And if I have to go back to Nasdaq, and I want to show you what I mean, I'm expecting this. So this is the first high, that point A, that's point B, and then we can see somewhere it will pivot somewhere close to here, and then we see another capulation of price, and then we expect price to spring back up. So that's what I mean, and that's why I'm still insisting that we can see some sell-off on Nvidia, to be specific. So I'm not really excited. I know it is when I see this, when the Nasdaq is very aggressive, I'm very ready to put on a pending order here, but it's too early to do that. So I'm just welcoming another consolidation before we see an actual breakout. So that is that, and apart from flaunting about my Tesla and my BlackRock trade, I don't think there is anything else. So, what about we see each other on Monday? And uh, to the rest of the stock market while it's still open, stock market hours. I hope you guys have a peaceful day. I hope you guys had a peaceful week. And hey, see you next time. And cheers. And thanks for being here with me. So, all the best and have a great